Greetings guys, this is Odie the Writer here, trying to dispel the myth of whiskey stones and how effective they are in chilling your drink. Now, if you guys may or may not know, whiskey stones are supposed to be this soapstone or like the smooth metal that you are supposed to put inside of your drink, and it's supposed to chill your drink. Now, the thing is that I was given whiskey stones a while back. I've never had them work. I just put those whiskey stones in the best situation. I put them in the velvet bag on top of my ice maker where all the ice is or whatever, so it's in a dish on top of the ice, which means it has the best chance of being the coldest can be. We have this one here, which is just regular ice out of my ice maker, and this is room temperature water that's been sitting out for about 2 hours. 2 empty whiskey glasses, a measuring device here for measuring how much whiskey I put in. We're going to do some Kirkland brand blended Scotch whiskey, and then this little temperature gun. It will tell you the temperature of what we're shooting. So right now the room, if I just do a blank shot, the room's at about 73 degrees. So let's go ahead and test the first one, the water. So the water is registering at 73. Now we're going to check the ice. Ice is registering at about, I'll give it 27. This is Fahrenheit. Whiskey stones. The whiskey stones are registering at, it's varying in temperature. Let me try to hit one stone here. Let's get the edge of that one. We're going to say that's 35. Okay. So, right now, the whiskey stones are at 35 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and 73 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's the room temperature right now. I picked up the same type of glass, as you can see. Nothing different. Turning on my scale. See if I can get a zoom in here. Okay. And pull back just a little bit. Perfect. So it's zeroed out. I'm going to put in 2 cubes of ice. And we're going to change this unit over to ounces. So that's 0.9, it's almost 1 whole ounce of ice. And I'm going to put 2 ounces of whiskey. Thereabouts, about 2 ounces right there. So we're going to say that was 2.8, so yeah, 2 ounces of whiskey. So I'm going to do the same thing here, 0.9 of whiskey stones. And I'm just picking up the coldest stones I can find. Alright, so these stones are a little off kilter, so I'm going to put 2 ounces worth on this as well. There you go. So that thereabouts is 2 ounces on both of these here. Sorry. Okay, so you have the ice, because it's the winter time. The ice is going to be melting a lot quicker, and the whiskey stones should be warming up a lot quicker than it would be if it was the winter time where the air conditioning would be running. So there is that working against both glasses. But as you can see, I put about 2 ounces in each glass. They've been sitting out here. We're going to wait for about 1 whole minute. I'm going to go back and check the differences in the 2 temperatures. Okay, it's been about a little over 1.5 minutes. Let's hit this one here. And we're showing at its coldest 46, That's on top of the ice there. Whiskey Stones. 73. Try again one more time. Yeah. Whiskey Stones are there about between 73, 74. So there you go, guys. Here's what happens is that the purpose of a whiskey stone is supposed to be that they remain cold. These little guys are supposed to remain cold, but the problem is once you introduce them to a liquid, because the liquid is greater than the amount of whiskey stones you have in it, the drink doesn't get chilled. Where if I only put in about 0.9 ounce, so let's say 1 whole ounce of ice and 2 ounces of drink, it actually was able to successfully drop by 46, down to 46 degrees from 73 degrees, which is what room temperature is. The whiskey that I used is at room temperature because it was in my whiskey cabinet, and there's no air conditioning in the whiskey cabinet. But the other thing that works against the whiskey stones is per ounce. If you're going by per ounce, if you used 1 ounce here and this was almost 2 ounces, you would think this would be working in its favor because you have more ounces. But even with having a full ounce more of whiskey stone than we do of ice, the ice has been able to chill the drink successfully. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's the longevity. No, it's already at 73. It's already at room temperature. Now I can pull this one out, and I can tell you right now, this one I pulled out. It's been in there for only 2 minutes. And as you can see, it's hitting at a little bit over room temperature. Let's see here. Put it down so it doesn't get my body heat. Yeah, it's hitting at room temperature. If I take one out here, this one's sitting in the container, and it's jumping around, but it's at 63, if you can see that. So that's 63 for this one, 73 for this one, and the only difference between these two, this one was submerged in liquid for 2 minutes, this one was not. Whiskey stones do not work. All they do is sit in your drink, clang around, and threaten to break your very nice glasses. If you want to chill a drink, your best bet is to use ice. And if you don't want to water down your drink, your best bet is to take whatever scotch you're going to use, or whatever alcohol you plan on using, and just putting it in the fridge and let the refrigerator cool it down itself. Now, I know that if you are an avid drinker, that putting ice or water on it is not what you would do. But I'm letting you know right now that if you are going to spend $20 on something, save your 20 bucks, don't buy the whiskey stones, and just buy some more scotch.